Most cubers think practicing is doing endless solves. And while that could be seen as practicing, it's not good practicing. So today I'm showing you guys how to actually practice to get off your cubing plateau and get faster. When you're mid-solve, you might not notice the things that you mess up on. So that's why you should record your solves with anything like a phone or a GoPro. So that way you can look back on your solves and see what you messed up. You know, maybe you missed an easy F2L pair or you misrecognized OLL. So I've said this before, I don't really think that recording yourself is good. But I changed my mind. It's actually good. You can really learn a bunch of stuff about how you solve and how to improve. Instead of just thinking, what am I doing wrong? You can actually see what you're doing wrong. Doing endless solves is not going to make you faster. But if you're doing solves while practicing something like look ahead, that will make you faster. So, I'll do the solve while focusing on look ahead. So I'm turning slowly so I can actually see what's happening. And, I don't have the best look ahead. But this is another thing. You should turn slower during cross and F2L so you can actually see what's happening. And then once you get to last layer, you can turn fast. So now that I'm not on last layer. So now that I'm on last layer, I can turn fast. And you can do this in solves too. I average about the same when I'm doing that, and I'm practicing my look at the same time. So that's a really useful thing to do. If you're really good at OLO and PLO on 3x3, then you shouldn't be practicing that because you're already really good at it. So, let's say you can do last layer in 4 seconds and you average 10. I don't know if that's good or not, but let's say that's good. Don't practice that. Practice cross and F2L. Because if you're spending your time on everything, let's say you're spending your time on OLO recognition, but you're already good at OLO, you shouldn't waste your time on that. You should not waste your time. You should spend your time learning F2L algorithms and practicing look ahead and practicing efficient cross solutions. And most cubers, they're just like, have to practice everything. But don't practice something if you're already good at it. That's just common sense. I know I said earlier that doing a bunch of solves to practice something like look ahead is good, but if you're doing too many solves, then that's bad. You want to find the perfect sweet spot in between not too many solves and too many solves. Because if you do too many solves, you might start to do some things that aren't very good. And those could develop as bad habits. And it's pretty hard to get rid of those. I have some bad habits myself. So when you start to feel like a little tired from solves, take a break. You don't have to practice for an hour a day. You don't have to do 50 solves every day. You can do 25 one day, 50 the next day, 10 the next day. It doesn't matter, as long as you're just practicing something that's good, but don't do too many. Some cubers will spend most of their times on algorithms, but you shouldn't do that. You can get fast at 3x3 with just basic stuff. And this applies to other events too, like Luke Garrett. He only knows CLL and EG1 on 2x2, which are not the most complex algorithm sets. And he's top 20 in the world, I think, for average. So, this applies to 3x3 too. You can know just CFOP, cross F2 OLO PLO, and get really fast at keeping, sub 8 probably. So you should be spending the time that you would learn algorithms on fixing things, like seeing what you're doing wrong, fixing bad habits, or, if you still have algorithms to learn, like OLO and PLO, definitely learn those, F2L algorithms, but spend your time not learning algorithms that are never going to be used, winter variation, summer variation, no. ZB, you average 20 seconds, don't learn ZBLO, you don't need those. Spend your time fixing things in your solves. Some main takeaways that you should have from this video are don't do too many solves and fix your bad habits. Fix what you're doing wrong. Look at your solves. Make sure everything's good. And then you will get faster at cubing. Subscribe. Click the video on screen now to find out about a few more things that are slowing you down that you most definitely did not know about.